Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, January 28th, and it's 5:20 in the morning now. We're going to take a quick look on Bitcoin and just compare what we discussed yesterday with you and see where we're standing. If our theory still holds, is Bitcoin finding that support we're all looking for, or no? Is this still valid, or do we have to readjust the way we're approaching this? And I think to until now we're still holding. The theory is still there. Yesterday we drew the zone here. I mean, it's just not really rocket science. It's not like we're finding, it's just it's too complex to understand that we had to go through a lot of mathematics and algorithms to actually get here. It's pretty clear that this is just a support zone, right? So is the support zone gonna hold? And that's the main question we should be asking ourselves. And recently, it's been looking like it is, right? So yesterday, we were somewhere around here in the morning, and we saw it trying to drop, right? So we saw the scandal over here with the long wick saying the sellers came all the way in and rejected the price at this resistance line. And this resistance line is also not rocket science. Um, uh, it's also easily visible if we draw these lines here and we connect them, right? So it's pretty clear where the resistance lines are at, and it's pretty clear where the support zone is at. This is the supply zone. This is where buyers come in to buy Bitcoin at a discounted price. Just like anything else, where the right now Bitcoin compared to, so everybody that's buying it here, right? Everybody that bought it here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're at the 6. Is hoping obviously that this goes back up, so you can tell that also this is where the accumulation, this is where people accumulate and think like, what, Bitcoin is at a really good price right now for me to buy in, and they push it. Now what we need is enough people to come in, and as soon as we get to this apex and break above it, we're trying to break above it, but you need enough people to come in and break above it, right? So now we're testing that right now, and we're seeing it. So this is the daily candle, the daily chart, and it looks like it did yesterday bounce off the supply zone we had, right? So we had this, and then got back, bought back up right here, right? It's not really that much of a percentage. Is just like 3.65% after this drop of how much did we drop? Everybody was panicking yesterday. So 9%, and then it recovered minus 6.6%. So it recovered 3%. And now we actually recovered all the way up to minus 3% only, but we also went back up to minus 2%. So we actually recovered a really big amount of this, almost close to around 70-80% of that. That's today, right? So we're seeing that bearish, green candle come up at a very at a much lower volume, right? So yesterday, this amount of volume, right, drove it down all this much. Today, lower amount of volume is actually driving it past the around 80% of that drop, meaning that at a lower volume, buyers are actually in much control, driving the price action a lot more. So now this is the volume we had here at this bullish candle, this green candle. Next candle was this, right? Same thing. So volume increases within the buyers. And now we still have 11 and a half hours to go. Are we going to go all the way up? Are we going to push past this? Now, this is an extreme resistance line that we have to pass through, the 32,600. And I'll explain why. For the most part, the buy volume has been increasing, right? This and this. Let's see if this one actually goes up. We're seeing that, we're trying to trend back up here. We've been going sideways for a bit, and now we're seeing the uptrend in the on the actual momentum, the uptick, right? We went all the way down like here, and now we're going sideways on this zone. We went sideways for a bit here, and now we're seeing this happen, right? We're seeing the uptick right now. So soon enough here, when Bitcoin gets to this apex, a couple of days from now, Maybe now, right? But we're getting so squeezed right now. It's scary. Something major is going to happen soon here, guys. So this has to hold. And now, if this doesn't hold, and then we actually break below the 29,000, or at least, you know what? If we actually drop below this level right here, because this is the 55 EMA on the daily chart, and it's pretty clear that we're finding that support at that, coupled with previous support zone that we know previous to that. The EMA is supporting us. This is supporting us. All these wicks are actually supporting us. This wick to the bottom is actually also supporting us. And then we have this right here. Sellers tried to drive it all the way down, but we actually bought it right back up again. So in terms of volume, we're looking good. In terms of the price action, we're also looking good, right? And in terms of our indicators, the MACD, we're looking good. Now, in terms of the RSI, it's very neutral. It's in the 45-50 range right now, so it's not really telling us much. We need to wait a bit for this to actually say something, but it's not telling me anything right now. The only thing it's telling me that the stochastic RSI is trying to have a leg up, meaning that this guy is trying to have another leg up, maybe a small one right here. Maybe we go up yet to today. We go up maybe a bit higher today, something like this, and then we drop again. Maybe it's a higher low, right? So that's what we need to take a look at, because even on the RSI, same thing. We had this, right? This was supposed to be the resistance, and now we actually broke out of that, and we're going this way. We're going sideways. The same thing with the MACD. So this was going on here on the daily. We're finding that support on the EMAs. If we go to the 12-hour, we just closed, I think, almost 30 minutes ago. We have 11 and a half hours for the day to go. We're seeing that this candle right here, I call this candle the candle, right? As much as funny as that sounds, this is the are we going up or down? This is the indecisive, that we don't know, is this going to hold or no? Let's just wait for the next candle. That's how people look at it, right? We drop, we find support at the 100 EMA on the 12-hour. We go sideways a bit. We go again. We get rejected by the 55 EMA. Very clear here. Inverted hammer, very bearish candle. You're seeing it play out right after that. We're seeing this long wick. Sellers are just coming in, and there's no way you guys are passing this resistance line. That's what they told us. And then they drove us, and they said that, hey, you open at this price, we're also not even just going to reject you, but we're also going to drive the price even further below this and close below it. You get the candles, and then we keep on dropping. So that's what we're seeing right now. On the 55 EMA, we clearly got rejected off of that, and off of this, we're finding that support at the 100 EMA. We get to this candle, indecisiveness. Are we going to go up or down? We don't even know. No one wants to trade this. Low volume, right? Like in terms of in general, like this in general, still looking at low volume, but still a lot of volume compared to, let's say, to the candle previous to that. Small volume here caused a major drop. More volume here says that buyers came in and sellers came in, and we're we're reaching an equilibrium here in terms of buying and selling, especially when we're at a supply zone. We're going down a lot. We're reaching a supply zone. We're expecting people to come in. A lot of people are trying to get this at a sale price, and the same thing here. We're seeing that candle all the way here to confirm that. So now the 12-hour just opened up half an hour ago. We got 11 and a half hours to go. This is going to be an extremely hard resistance to break. Is it promising? Yes, it is. The MACD's been way overextended right now. We're about to have a crossover soon here, guys. We're about to have a crossover to the upside soon, and we're seeing that reversal happening. Is it going to happen 100% after you watch this video? Most likely not. Is it going to happen tomorrow? Maybe, right? Maybe. We're looking at the indicators here. We're not trying to predict this. I'm looking at the 12-hour on the daily chart. If you notice, this is that we need 3, 4, 5 candles of this to see that this is actually reversing. So don't expect, if this goes down after this video is done, sure, that's the market, right? But we're just looking at higher time frames here. So we drop down here, a lot of indecisiveness, and we're seeing this is a confirmation candle, right? Because when we drop, are we going to find that support? We go in and boom, it actually drives up, it closes above, And yeah, this is a nice confirmation candle saying that, hey, we are actually trying to push here. So I expect Bitcoin to push all the way to the 32,600 today. If it doesn't, too bad. But that's what the indicators and the price action is telling us. I don't see why Bitcoin can't get all the way there. We're pretty much very close to it, right? There's a huge battle happening. We're only 3% away from this resistance. And the reason why I'm saying it's actually a very there's going to be a lot of resistance here, because you're seeing that everywhere. If we go to the daily, obviously this is where we need to close above this candle. If we're going to the 12-hour, this is where the 55 EMA that we clearly got rejected at is going to be at. If we go to the 6-hour, the 100 EMA, the 55 EMA is going to literally waiting for us. Then if we go to the 4-hour, same thing right now. Even here, we're gonna have a lot of resistance. If you go to the maybe 2-hour, same thing. And if you go to the 1-hour, same exact thing. We're at such a critical resistance line that we absolutely need to break. And if we don't break it, we expect to go back down here, and then we will have to retest this guy again. And then if this guy doesn't hold, then we're just gonna drop. That's how I think about it. Right? Very objective way of looking at it. I'm not trying to sell you on this. I'm just giving you what I think is going to happen based fully on price action here. So let's see how this plays out. Right? Don't take my word for it. Think for yourself. Obviously, just take this and do your own research and learn about this and learn about volume analysis. Learn about all of that, and we'll see how that. I'm hoping this music hasn't been loud the whole time. Anyways, so do your own research. Obviously, learn about all these things. Learn about risk management. Don't just take people's words for it. Right now, a bunch of channels everywhere talking about, for the longest time, the explosions, is coming, and obviously all that. Um, Sometimes we say the same thing, but because when you actually listen to the technical analysis, where we're trying to be as objective as possible to this, right? So let's see how this plays out. We still have half the day to go. It does look promising, but we're expecting a lot of resistance right now ahead of us. So let's see how Bitcoin performs. Let's see how this plays out. And if I missed anything, please leave it in the comment section below. If you see anything significant on the chart here, let me know, and we'll definitely take a look at it and see if it holds. So thank you for watching, and if you like this, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and see you soon.